Hello and welcome to the PyBites School Tier demo. I'm Bob Eldebos and I'm here with
Julian Sequeira. Thank you for joining us. In this video, we are going to give you a quick demonstration of the PyBites School Tier. But to kick it off, we'll just give you a quick recap as to what this whole tier is about, what we do. So, Bob, do you want to just tell everyone quickly what is the PyBites School Tier?
Yeah, sure. So this is in the context of our PyBites platform we started 4 years ago. And we currently host 330 Python exercises. And we build it out for teams and schools to use it. So a school can onboard on the platform and they can enroll all their students and they can go use our exercises of their own learning paths. And there's some really cool tracking, which we're going to show in this video.
Yeah. And the reason we created this was we saw a distinct gap in the way Python was being taught in schools. And we talked to teachers about this and had input from teachers along the way. But the reality is, if students are just learning from a textbook without any applicable knowledge, without actually coding, without solving the problems themselves and getting stuck and not getting caught in this gamification that kids tend to be drawn into with these coding exercises, solve this little function and you'll defeat the dragon or something like that. That's not teaching them how to code. That's just teaching them how to progress through a stage of a game. So the point here is that this platform, while it is designed for students, the exercises are the same exercises that real developers are going to tackle. And the students get a lot out of it because they are better than the majority of people think. They are so capable of solving the problems if given the amount of time and the mentorship from their teachers. So this platform really allows them to get stuck, to struggle, and then to have that utmost beautiful satisfaction of solving the problem and going, yes, and cheering with their friends. So without further ado, let's dive in, Bob.
Yep. So the school team tier has 3 layers: admin, teacher, and student. And here we have the school admin login, where they can enroll students and style the actual experience of the platform. So here we have the license key. You can get license key with a number of student seats, and you can make your own URL to host your own bytes. So you can use our 330 exercises, including the newbie bytes, but you can also make your own. So if I go to manage school bytes, so here I already copied a few and I can edit them to my liking. So I can change the exercise, add or remove edit functions, update the PyTest. So all the student work will be validated by a set of PyTest tests, and then I can publish them and they will be available for students to take.
And what's beautiful about this is that if you don't want to create your own, when we say copy, we mean you can actually copy from our 330 exercises and then edit those to be in perhaps language that works better for you and your students, to simplify it, maybe to make it more complex. Whatever you want to do, you can edit it here, or you can just create your own, whatever works.
A common scenario, though, is that the students go through the newbie bytes as they're completely new to Python. They go through these 25 exercises, which are very well explained. And after that, they get that momentum, right? And they go on to more advanced exercises. The admin then can style the sidebar. So you can put your own school logo on there and change the colors of the sidebar. And so you can make our platform look like your own school branding, which is nice. And to make it easier for students to enroll or sign up, you can upload a CSV file here with the student email, the class name, and the name of the teacher. And that keeps an allowed list here. So when the student signs up to our platform, they're automatically assigned to the license, but also to the class. And that's relevant because here in student progress, the teachers can monitor how the student is doing. So you see like the number of the exercise, and if they completed it, if they are in progress, or even if they cheated, which is not the case here, but that would be another emoji.
Yep. And the important thing here is that as a teacher, you can only see the students in your class. So if you do have multiple classes in your school running Python or learning Python, and you have multiple teachers, well, then separate them into the multiple classes, and teachers won't get confused with overlapping students. And it's just a much more simplistic experience for them.
Yeah. And at the end of the semester, you can inactivate students with this button and free up seats for new students. Here we got Julian, the teacher, and a similar layout, the license, the school dashboard, where we see all the students and their progress, so their score, the ninja belts. And you can also see when they entered the license and when they last logged in, so to kind of see if they're still active. As a teacher, I can also upload that CSV file to allow more students to join. And here I can only see my students. So Brian happens to be in math class, which is given by Julian. But yeah, other classes that are not given by him would not be visible to him.
And what you'll notice here, the big thing here is that with this view, you can't edit licenses. So you can't add, using this, it has to be the administrator to add all the licenses to the account.
Yeah, nor style the sidebar. Yeah.
Exactly.
So let's move on to the students next. And here we have the student view. So obviously the same styling applies to their experience. The student can go through all the bytes, regular bytes of PyBites, but of course they can also do the specific school bytes and learning paths. So here are the specific school bytes the teacher or the admin has published. And they also made a custom learning path for me as a student to go through. For the rest, the experience is pretty similar to the regular PyBites user. So the interface of doing a byte is exactly the same. And the same goes for newbie bytes. This one already completed. The only thing we learned iterating was that students did use the solution button quite a lot. So we grayed that out. So on the newbie bytes, at least they really need to try. And on the regular bytes, the solution button is not visible up until 48 hours after starting the byte. And that's by design.
And there's a couple of important things here to note as a teacher. While there are tests that will be run against the student's code for the newbie bytes, those tests are hidden because it does give away the answer, as tests tend to. But the students will learn to code two tests. So as they write their code and hit submit, the test will be run against their code and give them a fail or a pass, as with PyTest. So as the PyTest output appears, they'll be able to learn how to read test output, which is incredible and a very strong skill for the real world, as Bob is demonstrating right now. The other thing I'd like to mention is more around the student's safety. This entire experience is sandboxed to your own school instance. There is no ability for the student to interact with the public PyBites platform. And they can't even contact each other on the platform. So here you see a message that they received, an automated message they received from PyBites, and they can't reply. There is no reply button. All of that functionality has been disabled. Students should not have access to any of the social aspects of this for their own safety, their own security. And that's what we've honored through the platform. As you can see, this feature is disabled for high school student accounts. And again, the reason we did this, schools need to have their own private environment, and we do not allow students access to the outside world through this. And if we go back to the settings page, you can see that your email, that section there, it says email notifications disabled for students. So we want the students to have no access to anything. And last but not least, the profile page, as you probably spotted on the left-hand menu, if you go to that, Bob, just do me a favor, click on that. So this is where the student can, all of their details and metrics and everything appear, but these profiles cannot be made public and are only visible to teachers and PyBites admins. And that's just for us to be able to edit the account if anything goes wrong. So that was a really brief demo of the platform, and we'd really love, if you're a teacher or work in a school, to please contact us and let us know, because we are truly passionate about kids, students, young people learning Python and learning it the right way so that they're set up for success as they tackle the workplace, as they start problem solving even more and trying to get a deeper understanding into the world of development and programming. And this is something, again, we are truly passionate about. So we would love for more and more teachers to come and work with us, come and talk to us. All feedback is welcome. And we really are excited to work with more and more students because they really do get a lot out of this.
Yep. If you're looking for an effective way for your students to learn Python and developer skills, and as well, you as the teacher save a lot of time, this solution can greatly benefit you. If you're watching this on YouTube, we also link below an episode from our PyBites podcast, where 2 teachers are sharing what this is actually doing for them in the classroom. Check the link below. And if you're interested in this, reach out to us via Slack, also link below, or send us an email to support@PyBites.
Beautiful. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to working with you soon.